Everybody, movie review next door here, and I'm back with another movie review. And this time I saw Day Shift. This is a 2022 action horror vampire comedy film directed by J.J. Perry in his directorial debut. And it stars Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, Natasha Liu Bordizzo, Megan Good, Zion Broadneck, Snoop Dogg, Carla Souza, Peter Stormare, and a special appearance by Steve Howie and Scott Adkins. In this film, an LA vampire hunter has a week to come up with the cash to pay for his kids' tuition and braces. Trying to make a living these days just might kill him. So, what did I think of Day Shift? Well, I had fun with it. I do have my issues like I did with the last film, and they are issues that do apply to a lot of films from Netflix, but I'm not gonna be like a lot of people who are just saying, "Oh, all Netflix movies suck. The only good thing on Netflix is Dark and Ozark." Like, no, I'm not a child. Um, but let me get into the cast because there is quite a bit to talk about. Jamie Foxx plays Bud Jablonski. He's a vampire hunter in LA, posing as a pool boy. That doesn't really come into play much in the film. The whole pool boy thing. I thought there were going to be interesting scenarios having to do with that, but I guess that's a con. He does a good job in the film, even though it does still piss me off. And I'm not gonna go on a big rant on Jamie Foxx, but he did like these like things saying, "Oh, all guns are evil. Only bad people use guns. Guns kill people," instead of people using guns to kill people. I have some movies here that Jamie Foxx may have forgotten that he did. I have four of them. There's Sleepless, which on the back. Oh, what's that in your hand, Jamie Foxx? Is that a gun? Is that a gun you use to kill people in this movie where you play a cop? And Django Unchained? What's that right there, Jamie Foxx? You got a six shooter right there that you used to kill people, multiple people, very bloodily in this, by the way. And two other films here, Miami Vice, where you use guns to kill people, The Kingdom, where you use a gun to kill people. You forget about those? Seems like you did. Because he did a bunch of like ads or something, just like Sigourney Weaver did, and I'll shit on her for that too. I don't hate them both as people. I just think they're fucking hypocrites, like a lot of people in Hollywood. But Jesus Christ, man, like you've used guns in so many movies, and you've been the hero in so many movies, and you can't say shit like that. You've used guns in movies, actual guns, not even CG guns. Like even then, it's still like against your morals. Then don't do a movie like this. Anyways, he did a good job in the film. I don't mind him as an actor for the most part. There are films where I thought he wasn't that great, but he's fine here. Dave Franco as Seth, he's kind of an adjuster, or he works on the desk side of things in the vampire killing business, and he's sent to be with Jamie Foxx to like check for every single thing he could be doing wrong. I'm not big on Dave Franco as an actor. I only know him from the first Now You See Me, I think he was in that, and Nerve, which I don't remember hating Nerve, but I did remember thinking he wasn't the right person to cast for that role. Um but he does get more enjoyable near the second half of the film where he does experience a bit of a character change that I did like. He's still a bit annoying, but still he gets better. Natasha Liu Bordizzo as Heather. She's a neighbor of Jamie Foxx's since him and his wife are split. I remembered her from Guns Akimbo, which was a pretty fun Daniel Radcliffe and what's her face that I love so much? Samara Weaving film. I need to watch that again and review it because that's a great movie. Or that I really like her. So I'll have to watch that again and review it. But she did a good job. Megan Good plays Jocelyn Jablonski, his ex-wife. They're having issues. She's fine. She's not in the film much. Zion Broadnax plays Paige, their daughter. She's fine. Snoop Dogg plays Big John Elliott, who's not in the film that much. He's in about three scenes. he's fine for what he has to do, but I think for his character there should have been a bit more build up to the end, so it was a bit more satisfying because it kind of came out of nowhere. Uh, Carla Souza plays Audrey San Fernando. She's this evil realtor who's like buying up houses so that vampires can live in them. She's okay as the villain, not much to her. Peter Stormare plays Troy. He's in two scenes. He's fine. Special appearances by Steve Howie and Scott Adkins. Steve Howie was also in the what I recognize him from. He was in DOA Dead or Alive, which I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. I think it's fucking hilarious and awesome and fun. I think it's a legitimately fun action movie, and it's insane. Um, but he was also in the True Lies TV show for CBS or ABC, something like that. Um, and he was in the Christina Applegate show Dead to Me. He kind of played a side character that was like at the retreat for people who had lost a loved one. He was funny in that. He's good here, and Scott Adkins is that character's brother in this. They're brothers that are vampire hunters, and I really wish Scott Adkins had starred in this because I love Scott Adkins. Maybe not with this weird Russian accent that he's doing. He's played Russians in multiple things. I don't know why they keep making him do a Russian accent. It's not that it's terrible, it's just that you can tell it's fake. It's one of those very over the top Russian accents. But just have a British vampire hunter. That would be fucking awesome. And they get to show some of their moves in this. But yeah, this film again, I don't have like a ton of issues with it. It's just that some of the issues are issues that I've had with other films, and I kind of felt like there's just certain things that happen in this film that I'm not a fan of because there's a big thing with race, and it's never really brought up, but pretty much all of the the female, not male, the Caucasian male characters, or Caucasian characters in general, and Hispanic characters are either assholes or villains, or turn out to be villains or whatever. And pretty much all the black characters are good. There is one black vampire that I noticed the entire time, and he's barely a character. He's just kind of there. But like, I don't know if that was what the director meant to do because it kind of came off like he was trying to do his own version of Bright, that Will Smith, Joel Edgerton, I think, movie that David Ayer did, where there was like a racism allegory, but instead it was cops versus like human cops versus monsters living in inner cities, and like very unsubtle and kind of dumb. But like, it kind of felt like they were trying to do something like that, and it just I won't say it disturbed me, but it did stick out to me because the main villain is Hispanic, the main villain's henchman is white, and not really any characters that are villains that really come up later are black or any other race other than Caucasian or Hispanic or some type of Hispanic. I don't know. But yeah, that was something that didn't sit well with me. There are some lines that Jamie Foxx says that I don't know if he fucking ad-libbed these or what, but they fucking suck. There's one line where he's at a frozen yogurt place, and I understand he's trying to save money, but he asks the white woman at the counter, "Hey, y'all got a discount for Black History Month?" Like, what the fuck kind of line is that? Like, it didn't even come off as funny. It just felt like, oh, she's white. I might as well guilt her about me being black. Like, it just came off really forced 100% and just like tacky, and it just didn't work. It wasn't funny, and like it just it just didn't feel right. um as for the effects of the film, I don't think the effects look bad at all. For the most part, the effects look pretty damn good. There's small moments of explosions during a car chase that do not look that great, and that seems to be a normal thing with Netflix original films. The car chases or explosions in their mid-budget things don't seem to look that great, probably because they're not using real explosions, because they want to do everything CGI so that it's cheaper and more efficient. And I'm sorry to tell you, Netflix, shooting up a fucking propane tank that costs $60 co- and then comping that into the movie looks a shit ton better than your thousands of dollars spent on CGI explosions. Tens of thousands of dollars, I'll say. So, just letting you know, you can run down to your local convenience store, your local gas station, pick up a propane tank for $60 or $70, something like that, and you can turn a knob on it and shoot it and record it against a giant green screen, comp that in, and it'll look a whole shit ton better than your weird hand animated shit or whatever. But that aside, the film's action is pretty well done. It does feel it was nice to see it be a bit acrobatic and not super stiff. Um yeah, it's this is what I would class as a mostly harmless movie. It doesn't take a ton of super big risks character wise or story wise. I'm not saying that makes it bad. It's still a good action, horror, comedy, vampire, million different things movie. But it again, it's not really reinventing the wheel. There have been other films that have done stuff like this. Um, One that comes to mind is Vampires, the John Carpenter film. I'm not saying this is a ripoff of that. There are a billion vampire movies. You could say Daylight is a ripoff of Dracula, and I wouldn't agree with you at all. You could even say another action horror movie where they're shooting vampires, and I wouldn't agree with you. Because I don't believe in just devaluing somebody's work because it's a little bit like something else. But yeah, like again, like this isn't like again, it's not fantastic. It does have its issues. Again, with the characters, Dave Franco's character Seth is really fucking annoying for most of the film, and again, near the second half, he gets a bit more fun, and I didn't want to kill him. But yeah, there. I said I was gonna have a lot to talk about, but I guess not. Let me see. I have some notes. I can check those to see if I forgot anything. Uh, oh yeah, Dave Franco for the first like 10 minutes or 15 minutes he's on screen because he comes in like I guess at the 30-ish minute mark of this almost 2 hour long movie. He's doing this really grovelly voice, like he's trying to make himself sound older, and it doesn't work. I don't know what they were going for. I don't know how old Dave Franco is, but it kind of sounded like a 20-year-old trying to do like you ever if you've ever played Life is Strange, there's elderly characters that are very clearly voiced by like 20 or 30-year-olds that don't know how to do good like grown-up voices, and it really sticks out. Dave Franco is almost 40. Okay. Because he looks a lot younger. Um, I don't know what was up with his voice in the first bit, and then he kind of just loses it. I thought it was a character thing, but it just really felt off and didn't sit well. Um, but yeah, like this is a fun movie. I'm not gonna say like don't see it because of like the weird race thing that goes on. I I mean maybe I'm just seeing that. Maybe I'm crazy. Who knows? But maybe some people, other people won't see it that way. But yeah. Um. I do ultimately recommend it if you want to watch something kind of chill. Well, chill. It's about shooting vampires in the face. But if you want to just watch something to watch something, sure, have fun. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. Uh, that's my review of Day Shift. If you liked the film, let me know down in the comments below. If you didn't, let me know. And movie reviewer next door.